G'day guys, Alex Sports Physio here and welcome back to another episode. Today we're talking about runner's knee. So runner's knee refers to pain around the kneecap that we get with running type sports obviously, but we also get it with squatting, so pain with squats or deadlifts. We can also get it with lunges. It can occur with running type sports, so rugby league, rugby union, football. It can also occur with jumping type sports, so volleyball especially, can occur with basketball, netball. And what is pain around the kneecap that we get with loaded knee bending. So when you catch the ball in like a rebound and you're in that squat position, we get the pain then. We get the pain with running as we contact the ground. We get pain around the kneecap. It generally builds up over time. It's not something that just happens straight away. There's not generally a moment in time. Towards the back end of the injury, you'll get, if it progresses and gets worse, you'll get sharp pains fairly regularly. But at the start, it tends to be a dull ache that just builds up with the more volume that you're doing. So the longer you run for, the more kilometres you do, it tends to get a bit worse the more that you run, and it's a gradual onset at the beginning. Same with your basketball. At the start of the game, it's probably a little achy, a little sore, quite manageable, and as the game goes on, it gets worse. So we get the pain due to loaded flexion. And how we relieve it is we have to initially deload you, meaning that we have to reduce the amount that you're doing. And then we need to build up the structures around the kneecap that support it. So building up your quad strength, building up your glute strength, building up that strength around the knee will help to improve your capacity to tolerate effort and load. And that'll allow you to essentially get stronger, become more robust. And then when you get back progressively into your sport, you'll be able to tolerate doing more of that activity. And as you reintroduce back into your sport, we have to make it gradual. There is the rule of 10%, meaning that if you were to run 10 kilometers in week 1, you would run more than probably 11 or 12 kilometers in week 2 total distance for the week. That number is variable, but we certainly don't want to be making jumps of 10 kilometers of running per week to 20 kilometers the second week of getting back into it, because you'll be right back where you started despite doing all the exercises. So I'm going to go through my top exercises to help with runner's knee. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below and I'll get back to you. Thanks.
Hey guys, so our first exercise is the most important, and those are single leg squats, 4 sets, 12 to 15 reps. The goal is that you're fatigued at about that 15th rep. So if you need to, add a weight. So I'm doing the squats to a 90-degree height with the weight. If that's too challenging, just body weight. If that's too challenging again and it's sore, increase the height of the box to make it easier so you're not squatting as far. Perfect exercise to develop some good quad strength and control. Following up with that, we're going to do leg extensions, 3 sets of 15 to 20 reps. We want to be fatiguing out at the 20th rep. So that might mean increasing the resistance. We're just working one leg at a time here and really focusing on our quads to build some hypertrophy, so muscle growth and some strength as well. The second most important muscle group to target with this condition is our glutes. So a hip thruster is a great way to develop some gluteus maximus strength. 4 sets of 12 to 15 reps. Set yourself up off the edge of a bed or a box. Our feet are underneath our knees, so when I'm at the top, I'm in that 90-degree position. We can do a 2-leg variation or a single leg variation. The single leg is a much more difficult and challenging variation, and one I would encourage you to work towards. Now, our glute medius, which is our side glute muscles, we can work with the crab walk as seen here. So pop the band around the middle of our feet. This will make sure that you're not using your unhelpful TFL muscles, but focusing on your glute med. In a slight squat position or in a locked out standing position, we'll work those glute med muscles. 4 sets of 10 meters to 15 meters is a good amount to be doing. So from the side on angle here, when we're doing our crab walks from that slight squat position as seen there, you can see the band is around and my midfoot there. When we want to do monster walks, we're straightening up at the top, locking our knees and hips out as seen here, and really driving out with the side of my foot. Another way to work these glute med muscles is a common side leg raise or a standing raise. So the band's in the same spot around the midfoot, keeping my trunk as steady as I can. This was quite a challenging band, and raising up, trying to really max out those side hip muscles and get nice and strong, because it'll help with knee control and dissipating forces as you run. By having strong hips, there won't be as much force that goes down into the knee. So quite important exercises to be adding into your program. So guys, moving on to some trunk strength. So this is utilizing your core, your hip muscles to maintain a stable base so that you're not collapsing through your hips by being weak. So half star planks are great if you're not really all that good with holding like a side plank. We pop the band around our knees if we can, and raising up. It's going to work both sides of our hips. Next is a full star plank. This is extremely challenging. So 3 sets of only 5 to 8 reps. Make sure that your lower hip stays as high as it can. We're not trying to collapse down through our hips at all when doing this exercise. Really challenging, highly recommend. We definitely want to add in some calf strength. If we don't have the ability to absorb through our ankle, a lot more pressure is going to go through our knees. So make sure that we have good calf strength. It's surprising how many runners have quite poor calf capacity. So set yourself up with a couple plates off the edge, raising up, coming down, full repetition, full range, 3 sets of 12 to 15, even 20 reps if you've got the ability to. The stronger you can be through your calves, you're going to have a better and happier knee for it, and you're going to help to reduce the incidence of other foot and ankle pathologies as well. So great exercise to add in. So the last exercise and the only stretch that I'm providing is a hip flexor and quad stretch. Set yourself up close to the wall. The closer you are, the harder the stretch, but not necessarily the better the stretch. We want to maintain a really nice tucked pelvis position, which is posteriorly tilting. I've got a video on how to do that. We want to hold this for about 20 seconds, 2 to 3 reps. Really try to get a nice good quad stretch, complete on both sides. Likely you're going to be a bit tighter on the side that you've got your pain on.
Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed that video on runner's knee. Definitely a really common condition to have. A lot of people do. It's not just for runners though. Any sports, so people that play field-based sports, so hockey, rugby, netball, so court sports as well, so volleyball, they can all get it. People that like to run hills, people that like to walk, people that like to do lots of stairs, people that like to do squats, lunges at the gym. It's about the knee position, so getting into like a loaded bent knee position can bring this on. Now that's definitely not to say that a squat or anything like that is bad for you at all. It just means that you've just done a bit too much in a shorter space of time, and if we could spread that out, increase the strength around the knee, you're going to be better off for it, and you can go back to doing the things that you like to do. So for my patients, it's about I decrease the amount that they're doing, slowly get them to get into exercises like squats and stuff that is the position that hurts it, but in an amount that's tolerable. We then increase the amount that you're doing to strengthen the muscles around the knee. We also think up the chain, so into the hips and into the trunk as well. And then we also think below the knee, so into the calf and ankle, and developing strength there as well. Now that you're strong throughout the whole chain, we can get you back into doing those exercises, reload you, get back into doing your favorite things, and happy days. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope it's been helpful, my explanations. If you have any suggestions, please pop them in the comments below. If you've really enjoyed the content, share it with someone, and please subscribe. It would help the channel out greatly. So hope you have a great day, guys. I'll chat to you soon. Bye.